Hello there, I'm Dane Lemaitre, and welcome to another video. And as you can see, I've picked up a very rare one in the wooden range, and it is Neil, as you can see here. Neil has only been in the railway series of Thomas the Tank Engine, and a lot of people say that Samson, who is a new character in Thomas the Tank Engine, looks exactly the same as him. Probably got something to do with the fact, obviously, they're both green and they're both cabless tank engines. See, they do have like a cab but not a roof, so like they're called what they call cabless. I mean, that bit's known as the footplate. But anyway, yeah, this is a very rare model indeed. You can probably see I got it from America. And when this came out, I did actually remember seeing it on posters and that, but never actually seeing it in any of the shops in the United Kingdom. What always makes me laugh is it always says ages 2 to 102 on some of the really old wooden items, and you know, how many 102-year-olds would be playing with trains? I often ask myself. Not many, I can imagine. You can see it was made by Learning Curve. And if you turn over, that's the back of the box. And it says there 1999, so I assume that was the year that it was made, because it was around 2000, 2001, I think, or even 1999 that this came out. I was quite young at the time, but it was around that sort of time this came out. And what I like is it's got the old Thomas and Friends, Thomas Tank Engine Friends logo, whereas nowadays it's just the brand is just Thomas and Friends, not Thomas Tank Engine and Friends. So yeah, it's really nice to look at. And the face on Neil is quite good. Reminds me of his face actually in the Railway Series illustrations. So he was only in the Railway Series, however, recently, as you know, they brought Rex, Bert and Mike, the miniature engines, into the series. And they've also started adapting the Railway Series stories into the TV series, so hopefully they could do that with Neil. I mean, as well, what they could have done is they could have brought Neil in instead of Samson, and Neil was basically Samson sort of thing, really. But there you have it. It says his name underneath, and also there's a bit of plastic just there so that he can't roll backwards, so he's just stuck in between that bit. So yeah, that bit rather than going into that bit. But yeah, I think this is a really good model indeed, Neil. And like I said, I've been sort of after this for a while. I don't have many of the wooden ones in the boxes. However, I do have Max and Monty both in the box. As you've probably seen from other videos that I've done. I've also got them out of the box as well. As you know, I mainly collect some ERTLs, and I did actually pick up a few more ERTLs recently. Brand new in the boxes. You've probably seen as well from my other videos that I've got Neil in the ERTL range. So here you can see I picked up some new ones. I've picked up Daisy, the diesel rail car. And Daisy was always one of my favourite engines, to the point that I even had a guinea pig, where it was my sister's guinea pig, and one of them I called Daisy, and the other one was called Rosie. I didn't actually name Rosie, and then obviously a few years later, Rosie the Tank Engine came into the TV series. As I said, this is Daisy. So yeah, one of my favourite ones. And this one has a U-hook on it. And again, you've probably seen from other videos that I do have Daisy, but in a different style of packaging. And if you turn over, got quite a nice description card. And the thing that makes me laugh is, though, Daisy's obviously got 8 wheels, 4 one end, 4 the other. But as you can see here, she's got what they call a Kobo wheel arrangement, which is the same as what Boko has. 6 wheels this end, 4 wheels the other end. I don't know why they've done that. It says this model was made 2003. So that's a model of Daisy in a different style of packaging to what I had before. The next one I've got here is Derek, the diesel. And again, I've got Derek in some other styles of packaging. But this one again has got a U-hook. And it's the newer type of packaging they made right up to ERTL was continued. And Derek looks a bit strange here because he's got black all along the top there, green roof, whereas he's green and black. So they've sort of reversed the colours, and then he's been given a black buffer beam. And his buffers look very sort of squashed, very compact. And that illustration I wouldn't say 100% look like Derek at all, really. But it's got some resemblance, I admit. And Derek was only in one episode, and then he appeared in one of the specials. And so Matt mentions his episode just there. And it says this was made in 2004. And I don't know why, but everywhere you go, despite the fact that ERTL's actually discontinued, a lot of places seem to have Derek for some reason. And like I said, I've got him in this style of packaging now, and the old blue card, and also the really original one as well. So last up, as you can see, I've got Salty. And again, Salty is one that I quite liked, and this is quite like his TV series model. His model are really well detailed, apart from the fact though that his TV series model is weathered, and this one isn't. And also he's got black buffers, whereas again in the TV series he had bronze buffers. But nevertheless, quite a nice one. And this one's a particularly rare one. And I do have another model of Salty in the box already, but as this was a rare one and quite a cheap one, and obviously it came with the bundle, I got this lot in. I got another Salty, which is quite nice. And then quite a nice description card on the back. It says this was made in 2003, but Salty was actually released in 2002, which was the time that he was introduced in the television series. Like I said, I got these all from the same seller, and I also got a free Tiger and model of the Fat Controller with it as a free gift, as a thank you for buying it. Which will probably look quite nice when I come to do my railway layout. But yeah, that's all I've got for the time being. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye.